Unlocking childhood nightmares. It was the kind of key you'd expect to find in an old, dusty attic, one that promised to unlock more than just a rusty padlock. When I stumbled upon it in the back of my grandmother's jewelry box, it seemed to pulse with an energy that whispered of hidden secrets. I could almost feel it vibrating in my palm, its weight heavier than its size should allow. I was drawn to it, like a moth to a flickering, dangerous flame, and convinced myself that it was the key to a forgotten family treasure. Little did I know, it was about to unlock something far more terrifying than gold or jewels. Driven by a curiosity that bordered on obsession, I began retracing the steps of my childhood in the old family farmhouse's sprawling yard. I remembered a decrepit shed at the edge of the property, where my grandfather spent countless hours tinkering away on projects long since abandoned. The key seemed to fit the rusty padlock perfectly, as if it had been waiting all these years for my touch. As the lock clicked open, a rush of nostalgia hit me, alongside a sudden, unexplainable dread. The shed door creaked open, releasing a musty scent that enveloped me in its cold embrace. Inside, the shed was cluttered with forgotten relics of my grandfather's life, rusty tools, faded photographs, and dusty boxes. But it was the small, dusty mirror hanging on the far wall that captured my attention, pulling me closer with an invisible force. As I gazed into its cracked surface, my reflection seemed to shimmer and shift, morphing into a younger version of myself. Memories I had long buried began to flood back, memories of nights spent hiding under my covers from the shadowy figure that lurked in my childhood room. A figure I had convinced myself was a figment of my imagination. The mirror grew colder to the touch, and I realized with horror that the figure was not a memory but something real, something that had been waiting for me to return. As the shadow materialized next to my reflection, its eyes gleaming with malevolent recognition, I understood that the key had not unlocked a treasure but rather a doorway to my past nightmares. The figure reached out, its icy fingers brushing against my own, and I felt the last threads of my reality unravel. I stumbled back, the mirror shattering on the ground, releasing an echoing laughter that promised this was only the beginning.